Discovering Chinese dramas in 2018 opened up a whole new world of Asian dramas to me, and I've been hooked ever since. 4 years later, Tea and Soju was born, so that I can extend my love of Chinese dramas and Asian dramas in general to others out there and find a community. So, sit back and let's chat Asian dramas. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Tea and Soju C Drama Podcast. I'm your host, Liliana, and in this week's episode, we are back for the guest series. And I'm very excited to have a new guest on for this week, and we'll be chatting about everything and anything that is Asian dramas. But before we get into that, I'll just do a little bit of housekeeping. If it's your first time listening, it is season 2, so there is a bunch of other episodes for you to go back and listen to. And if you enjoy the podcast, remember to, all the usual subscribe and like and whatnot to ensure that the podcast kind of reaches other listeners out there. Also, if you'd like to join a Asian drama community, there is Discord. That is also all linked in the episode notes. And lastly, there is Patreon. Now, that is where I release all the behind the scenes, all the clips that don't make it into the main podcast, as well as first impressions, last impressions, and whatnot on dramas that don't make it into the main podcast. And that is it. That's all the housekeeping. So, without further ado, I will hand it over to Becky for her introduction.
Hello. Hi, my name is Becky, or you might know me as Don't Sue Rebecca. I also have been posting more on my other account, which is Rebecca Mrs. Sue. As you see, I like a play on name with words. But yeah, I have been. I don't even know how long I've had my account for, a couple of years. I kind of actually started off the account on TikTok talking about webtoons and manhwas.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Well, learn something new every day. But yeah, sorry.
Yeah, oh, no worries. So yeah, I first started just posting about webtoons because I have been an avid webtoon reader for forever. And then it was actually during quarantine, I started watching more dramas.
Mm.
That's actually when I got into Chinese dramas.
Mm.
So I watched my first Chinese drama, which was Love 020.
Oh,
And
we'll
I
get into
mean,
that one.
yeah, basically, I loved it though. I had such a good time. The scene, there's like the very satisfying scene in that drama near the end. And I just was like, I have to make a video. I want to talk about this
Mm.
with people. I want people to know about this scene. And
Mm.
so I recorded a video,
Yeah.
did a voiceover, posted it. And I just had such a fun time just talking about dramas. I'm like,
Mm.
I'm gonna actually just start making videos about all the shows I've seen and
Yeah, yeah,
talk
yeah.
more about like shows. And then I created this amazing community that you can
Yeah.
just talk about anything with, and it's so fun. And so that's kind of what I've been doing.
I think I always say one of the best things that comes out of any like content creating, and whether that be, TikTok videos or whether that be, podcasts or anything in general, just like blog reviews or whatever it may be, is like the community of people because you find, um, a lot of people around. Funnily enough, I came across a listener of mine, and she is originally from she's from Portugal as well, where I'm from. I didn't know this about her, and we'd been chatting in English for, months at this point. And I think she went back to Portugal and she posted something about it. And I was like, oh, you're in Portugal. I'm from there. And she's like, I'm from there. Turns out she's literally like from 20 minutes away from where I am from in
Oh
Portugal.
my
And I'm like, this
gosh.
is wild, wild. So, yeah,
It's such a
next
small
year.
world.
It really is. So next year we intend, like, she and I will hopefully be home at the same time, so we'll hopefully get to meet up. But it's like
That's so
that's
cute.
what I mean, like anything that comes from like content creating, I think like building that community is like one of the best things that comes out of like any content creating.
I
Um
agree.
So yeah, let's do a little bit. Look, what was like you've already mentioned Love 020 was your first Chinese drama, but what was like your first Asian drama in general?
So,
You still remember?
I do. I actually, well, here's the thing. So, when I first watched it, I was like, oh, this is so fun. Like, wow, I love this. Like, I
Always,
want to watch more.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, but I rewatched it recently. I want to
Mm.
say like this year, and I realized all of the red flags.
Yeah, I was about to say, does it hit the same? Because I know some
It
of the
was
words. Yeah.
It was I like because I was trying to explain it to a friend, and this isn't even because so I'm just gonna say the name. I watched My Secret Romance,
Oh, I know that. I know that K drama.
and it's fun. Okay,
It
it has
is
that.
fun. It is fun.
It's got the same type of pettiness as like Business Proposal has. So
Exactly.
when Business Proposal first came out, I was just like, wow, like this is exactly like My Secret Romance. Like I know that it was a manhwa first before it turned into
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
K-drama, but I'm like, this is so interesting. But yeah, then I rewatched it with a friend and I could not look away from all of this stuff that the,
Yeah.
the characters were doing. I was like, no, this has
We
tainted it for me.
we always call it like your rose glass phase because it's like
Yes.
it's those very first like dramas that you watch and like they could do no wrong at that point because you're so new to everything that is Asian drama that you're just like this is great and then you come back and you're like oh this is not
Well,
this is not all that it was suited up to.
so here's the thing with that one. I finished it in one night. I was
Mm.
completely obsessed. I was so good. I was like, I need to watch more. And I
Yeah.
really liked the actor. So I was like, let me watch another one of his. And he did another one called Noble My Love. And
I know that one too. I've watched that drama. Yeah, that's a bit of a ride that one is.
and recently, exactly, recently I was trying to explain it to someone. And I was like, so hold on, just like hear me out. This basically, she saves this guy and he is like, wow, I am like so rich and popular and I own this giant
Yeah,
business.
yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
how much do I owe you? How much do I owe you for saving my life? And she's just like, oh, just like $30, like nothing, just the
Yeah, yeah,
supplies that I use. And he is insulted.
yeah.
He's
Exactly.
he's like, I can't believe, and you like see this in the beginning of the drama where she is like, I love my little vet clinic in the middle of
Yeah.
nowhere in the small town. I
That's all
never
I'm
want to
here
move.
for. Yeah.
Exactly. I never want to move to the big city. I'm just so content in this small area. And this man is like, I know what to, I like, because she won't accept his money and he
No.
just gets so mad. So he's like, I'm just gonna buy her a vet clinic. She's gonna love this. Obviously,
No.
she does not want that.
No.
And so she rejects it. And what does this guy do that's totally not red flag at all? What does he do? He buys her building and
I remember
threatens to
this.
demolish it.
I'm not sure. I don't think like sometimes I look at some of these characters and I'm like, in what world would this fly?
There's no
Like
worlds.
like this would not fly in any world. I remember watching that. So I actually my first Korean drama ever was A Strong Girl Do Bong Soon. Now,
Yes.
I love like the main couple in that is freaking adorable. It's one of like I wish they would just do another drama together because their chemistry, like you can see like even in their behind the scenes and their interviews that they're really friends
Agreed.
and that comes through in the show so completely. So I would love to see them again. So actually, but if I were to look at the rest of like the story, I was like, questionable. Like, there's so many things wrong with the plot. It's wild.
Agreed. Also, just the fact that they thought, let's create like let's have a character that is like trying to collect wives, but we got to make him look creepy. Let's have him wear a skin mask.
God, that was
I
horrible. That
watched
was
that at
horrible.
night. I
I know,
screamed.
I know. It was so freaky. I was like, I don't think I am gonna be able to sleep again because it was like I don't
So
understand.
scary.
Like I've seen other stuff that's like slightly scarier, but I suppose it's because this is like it could happen if that makes sense. Like it's something that could happen. Like we've
Exactly. It's like
seen serial killers like this,
realistic.
exactly.
And it was just like, who thought of the skin mask? It's the same with
Mm.
W2 Worlds.
Yes,
when
yes. I've
when
seen,
they
yeah.
decided to just blur out
The
the face,
face. Yeah.
just like it was almost like, just not to like, the American movie, like the Spy Kids, the thumbs.
Yes, 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 yes,
But
yes.
it was so creepy because it's just a face with
So
like,
bizarre.
oh
Nothing.
my gosh. And they do that sometimes. Like it'll be the cutest little show and you're just having a good time, and then they just throw in
Side of murder.
the side of murder with the creepy,
I
oh my
feel
gosh.
like I feel like that's a very like Korean thing because I don't
Yes.
think this goes in like C drama land or anything. Like
No.
I haven't watched a lot of J dramas, so I can't. But for C dramas, I have watched a heck of a lot of them, and they don't usually go down that route. So I feel like it's a very Korean thing to throw in a little bit of murder with their,
I
with
always got to
their
do it.
yeah, with their romance. I mean, I suppose that's a way of spicing things up. On an
Absolutely.
aside though, I have started watching is it Namsoon? Strong Girl Do Namsoon?
Yes, I started watching that too, and I
It's
have
not clicking for me. I'm
it's
like,
not
I have to say it's not
it's
clicking for me, and I don't know
it's
why.
not very good. Okay, no, it's not that it's not very good. It's the fact that they are throwing all these different plot lines at us,
Mm,
but also trying to like let us know that our main character is strong, like strong girl Nums, but she's barely in it. Like they just keep showing the family more, and we don't know anything about a lot of these characters. Like the love interest, what do we know about them? One is a police officer, one is evil and is
very
making
evil,
drugs.
apparently.
That's it. That's all we know. And
Yeah.
I actually have, I don't think I'm gonna watch this weekend's episode. It hasn't been
So
grabbing me
I'm like
as much.
way, way behind. I think I'm like episode three, maybe, which was when we had the, our couple from the original one appear. So I saw that and I was like, this is great. And now, literally, what you've done with this cameo is that I just want to watch them
Agreed.
and not like this. And I was trying really, really hard to go in with like a very, very open mind and like not try to compare the stories because it's, different stories, different characters. But I don't know what it is. It's just not clicking. But to be fair, K dramas for me lately have been so hard to like click. It's
They
wild.
This year specifically, I have dropped so many
Mm,
dramas, and it's crazy to me because last year I think it's just we had so many, like with Alchemy of Souls, and I'm trying to think of like they're escaping me, but there were so many good dramas
yeah.
last year. This year, I can count on one hand how many I enjoyed.
I don't, I think, yeah, I'm probably about the same. I don't think I've got that many that I actually finished. I think I've been dropping way more than finishing, or like they just don't
Same.
really entice me to start them. And like albeit I will caveat with the fact that yes, I have a C drama podcast, so I tend to like lean towards the Chinese dramas. It is like what started it all for me was Chinese dramas. But like for a good, so I started watching 2018. It's just coming up to like the 5 year mark of me watching Asian dramas. And like for a good while I watched a bunch of Chinese and then I started Korean. And like I watched Korean non-stop for a good while. And then like I don't know, I think it is because there's a lot more coming out of Korea, but the quality just isn't as good as they used to be. And that's always a problem. When you want more, you get less, like something has to give. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, it seems like it's the storytelling, which is one of the things that I think Korean dramas have going for them really, really well. Even over Chinese dramas, it's the fact that their storytelling tends to be on point for a lot of things. But unfortunately, it feels like, yeah, at least for me, they just haven't been clicking. There is a few I'm looking forward to in November. There's the new one with Lisa Young, and I will watch anything she's in. So I'm
Wait, what's it
excited to try.
called?
Is it something Parks Marriage? It has like a really long
No, I saw
title.
that. No, wait, I saw that because like normally I'm like, I don't like the different timelines. I really, a lot of the times they just don't grab my
Yeah,
interest.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I was looking at some of the trailers and I'm like, wait, this looks so fun. So
This looks like a lot of fun. Yeah,
I
yeah,
added
yeah.
it to my list. So that's in November. Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah,
have to
yeah, yeah.
remember that.
And the one with is it Song Kang in? My
My
Demon?
demon.
That one I'll
Yes.
definitely be checking out because those two are probably the ones I'm most excited out of Korea for a good while. And main like the Parks Marriage one is mainly because it's Lisa Young and she does so well with comedy. Like she can do serious, but she can do. I feel like she's a very underrated actress in like South Korea in general. I've watched her in a bunch of things and like
Hmm.
she's so diverse. She's done rom-coms, she's done like criminal, she's done thriller, she's done like so much. So, yeah, I'm always excited to check out whatever she's whatever she's in. So, those are the two that I'm really looking forward to in November. But I was looking and I was like, "Oh my God, if so China is under like a 1 week ban right now." Right now as we're recording. Like guys, if you're
Oh my
listening to
gosh.
this, it's over by the time you listen to this. But right now, basically, I think it was like a past minister passed away and they put a 1 week ban on TV shows. Now, I don't know how this works because they announced, oh, it's a week ban, no news shows, no nothing. IGE literally the next day announced a new drama coming out tomorrow, which is like Monday tomorrow, and that's still in the period. And I'm like, I don't understand how you guys work because
I
it's
don't get it either.
it's wild, and I have stopped trying to understand at this point because I don't think I ever will. But they have got a bunch of dramas that are meant to be dropping in November, and if they do, I'm gonna be like so busy because it's all dramas that I want to watch. There's one with Bailu and Wang Hadi, and that one,
I
Only for
I've
Love.
seen that one. Yes, that looks
That is
so
like
good.
that is the drama that I'm like dying to watch over here. I think
Wait,
I've I think I talk about it way too much. But I'm like I'm just dying for this drama to come out at this point.
I have a friend and a new C drama just came out. I haven't watched it yet, but it's called The Furthest Distance. They
I am
mess
watching
You're
it.
watching it? They
I
messaged me.
am.
They're like, I watched 10 episodes last night. I
Yeah,
was like,
I did.
what?
Well, I did the
You
exact
did as
same
well?
thing.
I'm
So
gonna have to start that.
yesterday, I will say, I'm a little bit worried.
Oh
Right.
gosh.
So I will say, I won't spoil anything, but I sat down yesterday and I binged 8 episodes and I'm like, this is wonderful. Like, I adore this. And then
Mm,
today I watched episode 9 and 10 and I'm like, I love this, but the caveat is 30 episodes and rarely there's a modern drama, romance drama that does well with that amount of episodes. So I'm a little bit
yeah.
worried and I can see where they're going to go. And I don't necessarily like some of the things that they're planning. Like, I can see it now. It hasn't happened yet, but like, just from where they're starting to pull threads, I'm like, but this main couple is really good. Like, they're so adorable together. Like, the story of how they came together is really beautiful as well. Um, so basically, it's not a spoiler at all because it's like it's the setup for the story. So she's a architect and she specializes in like building things out of glass. So it looks really like she does beautiful works. And he's a heart surgeon, and basically he participates in this TV show, which is like to build houses and refurbish houses and things like that. And at the time, his this is like 6 years in the past. At the time, his girlfriend at the time basically is dying, and she wants this beautiful house where they can just sort of like live out the rest of their days. And she's the designer of that house, so she oversees that whole project. And they
Hmm.
built this beautiful glass house on the beach. Like, this house is stunning, stunning to look at. Like, from every angle, it's just like beautiful. And then, like 6 years later, they kind of meet up again because the house is in need of repairs. She did say, like, this house is only going to last you 2 years because it's, on the beach, it's made of glass. It actually ended up
Yeah.
lasting like 6 years, but it's in desperate need of like some works done to it. And they kind of like go back on the show with the house. And like, that's like how they meet back up again. And he's kind of like, ready to, move back into a relationship and things. So,
Mhm.
like, that's like the setup, and it, like, that's where they're gonna go. And I really, really do adore the main couple. I'm just a little bit worried because I can see like exes coming in and things like that.
Oh no.
And I'm like,
That's the worst.
I'm not so sure. But we'll see. We'll see. I so
Mhm.
far, like, I literally sat down yesterday and binged 8 episodes. It's very easy to watch. And then
Okay.
today I watched like episode 9 and 10. I am a little bit worried for the another reason because Elaine Zong, which is the female lead from this, she is also going to be in the drama that premieres tomorrow with Gong Joon, and I think that one's called, oh, I have forgotten, but it's on iQIYI and it comes out tomorrow, and it's one that I also want to watch. So I'm like going to be watching two of her dramas at the same time. Luckily, like, her styling is very different for both of them, so I think I'll be okay. But you know,
Okay.
that's going to be
Yeah.
my challenge. But yeah, I am enjoying it, but I don't know. I think there's possibility for it to go awry. Um,
Yeah. Well, 30 episodes. I mean, they have to create a conflict if they get together
and
too soon.
well, they did. They did.
Oh no.
They did.
We're gonna get a conflict then. There's no way.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So this is a bit of a spoiler, but they do get together like fairly soonish, and I'm like, that's too soon. That's too soon. Like, I know you guys are going to create a whole other mess because you just got them together very quickly. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see where they're going to go. But yeah, I am watching that one. I did start it yesterday. I was like, I'll just start this,
I'm excited.
and
I was gonna start it soon. But what's the other, once you get the name of the other one
I
that
can
that
actually like
releases,
just really
I'm gonna
quickly
I'm gonna add it to my list.
Google it.
There, 'cause there haven't been a lot of C dramas, I would say, in like the last month for me. I know there are
The
like
last
a,
month
a
has been
couple,
really
but
quiet in
yeah.
general. Like, the last month has been fairly quiet. I don't know. Oh, Rising with the Wind, that's what it's called. Rising with the Wind.
Rising with the Wind. Okay, wonderful.
Um, so yeah, and that one I'm really excited because I also really love the secondary cast. It's Wei Ling. He's from a bunch of stuff. Like, he's from Casual Perfect and Casual, and like just a bunch of other dramas. So he's the secondary role, but luckily what I think I like from what I've gathered from the trailers, he's got like his own romance line with the like second female lead, which I prefer. I prefer when like your secondary cast has their own separate, you know, romance, as opposed to making it like a, triangle of sorts. That's like my preference when it comes to romance in general. Um,
I
so yeah,
agree.
that's the
No,
one.
same. I
So
feel like, oh, sorry, what was
no,
that?
no, 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 you can go ahead. I was just gonna say, if you're listening to this, all of these dramas are already out because, we're recording ahead. But yeah, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Oh, I just was gonna say, I feel like in a lot of Chinese dramas, what makes or breaks it for me are the second couples. Like, if the second couples are not enjoyable to watch or they don't have chemistry, I will skip all of their scenes.
Mm.
But I think my favorite one, I think the best Chinese drama that I have watched with like the main couple and the second couple, just in general, is When I Fly Towards You.
Oh, I
I will,
love When I Fly Towards You.
I will
I
never get
love
over
I
it.
love that drama. That's probably what that I don't know. I think that one will probably go on my top 5 this year. I'm starting because it's getting to like that time of year where, because I always do at the end of the year. I say I always, I've done one because I've had the podcast for a year, but like it's become a thing where at the end of the year I do like my best of the best Chinese dramas for the year, and basically I've started thinking which ones are gonna go. Now there's three that there's no way they won't be on my list, but like I'm still like working through the rest and trying to figure out. And then the thing is, what if there's another one that sort of comes out in the next
True.
2 months?
It's
I'm
so
like,
true.
I
And
mean,
like Chinese dramas this year were on fire. There were so many good
wild,
ones to the point I
wild.
was just like I was having such a good time like just
Mm,
watching all of them. And that was just why it was so crazy because like K-dramas were lacking so much and then Chinese
mm.
dramas just like picked up the slack so hard.
I have been it's been interesting as somebody who has watched like Chinese dramas for a really for I mean 5 years now. So for a while, I could say it's been a while. Like to all of a sudden, like you wouldn't have anybody like not anybody, but you'd barely have any people watching Chinese dramas. It'd be like all Korean dramas. And
Mhm.
then when it was even if you'd mention, I know like a couple of years ago, even if you'd mention a Chinese drama, people would be like, oh, why would you support a Chinese drama? Blah, 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 blah. And that seems to have changed a little bit. And I think it's been getting like picking up speed. I mean, last year, Love Between Fairy and Devil blew up and people were
That
going
one,
wild.
yes.
And then this year we have Hidden Love, and that went boom. That is like one of the biggest dramas to blow up in terms of Chinese internationally. Um,
Yes.
because like it did okay in China, but like internationally, it blew. Like people were going wild for this drama. And I'm like, for youth dramas, if I want to watch a youth drama, there's like China is where I'm going to. They do youth dramas so well, so well. And like Hidden Love and When I Fly Towards You are just like the I would say cream of the crop, so to speak. But there's so many others that are like really, really good youth dramas.
Honestly.
And yeah, people just tend to also I think a lot of the time Chinese dramas are less available. Like you get Korean dramas, they end up like either on Viki or Netflix, so it's a lot easier to get access, whereas other ones, if it's an iQIYI drama, it kind of stays on iQIYI, so you kind of have to go looking a bit more, I suppose. So yeah, but we've had really, really good Chinese dramas this year. So
We
if you
have.
have you watched, I don't think you've watched it, but if you say you quite like Secondary Couples, the recently finished My Journey to You.
I have not watched it. I have been told to watch it. There's actually like a couple of dramas that I have on my
Mm,
list, but I have been I don't even know. I made a video just casually randomly one night just to be like, "Hey guys, like give me the
I bet
drama
inflow.
that you
I
know."
saw that video of
It
yours. I
had
like the inflood.
how many comments? Like 2,000, 3,000? I don't even
Yeah,
I've never
the
seen that
the
many comments
flood you've
in
gotten.
my life. I was so overwhelmed and I was so happy that people wanted to like tell me their opinions. But here's the thing, and this is where my trust issues come in
Yeah.
because some people were recommending dramas I know are the saddest dramas to exist.
Mm.
Someone was like uncontrollably fond, and I'm
I
like,
don't like
do
no,
you hate
no,
me?
no, no. I
Do
think
you hate me?
see, this is always I think a problem when asking for recommendations. So if somebody comes to me and says, give me some recommendations. And I'm like, well, first of all, tell me what you like to watch because I need
Exactly.
to know what you like. Because a lot of people, and I think this kind of comes with par and parcel of you just generally recommending things to others, because, you're a content creator or a podcaster or whatever. It just you become used to it. But I think, like a lot of people, what they do is they just want to recommend the things they love. And that's great, but that's not necessarily going to land for everybody, I don't think. So, yeah, I saw some of the comments. I was reading some of the comments on that video that you posted, and I was like, I don't think she wants that. I don't think that's what she was meaning.
I should have been like, and that's the thing. I'm the same way. Like, if someone's like, give me recommendations, I'm like, you have to tell me the genres you like, the
Mm,
tropes you like,
exactly.
like, because everyone has different opinions, and
Hmm.
you gotta respect them. But it was
Yeah.
just, I feel so. I'm trying to go down the list now, so I've been
Yeah.
watching some of the recommendations, and like Dolly and Cocky Prince is one I've
Mm.
had on my list, but I've never watched, and I think I binged like 8 episodes in one night because it was just,
That's always a good sign.
have you
I
seen
haven't.
it?
So I started it. I think, while it was on air. And I think I gave it like an episode or two, which fair enough. It isn't long enough. But I was
Mm,
like, something isn't clicking for me. So I was
mm.
like, oh, I'll come back at some point, and then just ended up never going back to it. But I have heard people who stuck with it really, really enjoyed it. So maybe
I
it's
get
one that I
that.
need to revisit.
Well, so I was normally what I like to do, I watch a first episode and then I'll just be like, this is exactly what happens.
Yeah.
But with that one, everything changes in like the second. It just gets all crazy and becomes a weird debtor-creditor
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
relationship.
yeah, yeah.
And it's so wild. But I've really been enjoying it. But I've just watching so many ongoing dramas right now. Especially like the ones I've been looking forward to for like a year, like
Hmm.
A Good Day to Be a Dog. Are
I'm
you
watching
watching
that
that
one.
one?
I am. I am. So the thing is, right, I sat down and I was like, okay, right, I just want to try a K drama. And this one sounded fun. And I was like, look, this actress really does well with comedy. Like, she's really good at comedy. So if somebody can pull this crazy role off, she would probably do pretty well. So I watched episode one and I was like, oh my God, this is great. This feels like a 2016, 2017 Korean drama, but slightly adapted to a 2023, if that makes sense. That's what I kind of said. That's what I kind of described it. I don't like the way that they're like released 3 episodes and then there was like a 2 week break. But luckily, I was like, I had only watched one episode, so I'm going to watch one episode today and then like another episode and at some point this week. And then by the time the new episode rolls around, I haven't waited that long, but yeah, the I don't mind the one a week episode doesn't bother me too much because actually it slots really nicely in with all the other Chinese dramas that I have to keep up with. Um, but I don't, yeah, it's wild that they like did a 2 week break and then like, or they gave you 2 episodes the first week, then an episode the week after.
And
Like
then
this,
the break. Yeah.
yeah, the scheduling just feels
Do you know why
weird
they
with
did
this
the
one.
break? I found out why.
No,
Baseball. It was
really?
because of baseball. I
Blooming
was so mad.
sports, like career in their sports, like they will just cancel
Ah,
shows. I was like, just
so rude.
just give me the show. I
But
mean, I suppose it must be big over there, so
the thing is though, so I feel like I've been waiting for this show for like over a year. So this is based off of a webtoon,
yeah.
and this webtoon is my favorite webtoon I've ever read in my whole entire
Oh,
life. I've read it like 3 times. And the thing is, I'm so worried they're going to mess it up.
oh, I
Be-
can see that. Yeah.
and they're already starting to do some things I don't like in it, but I'm still here for it. It's just like when I tell you, it seems like it's a really like cute fluff, like it's a fun, but there's so many fun like little plot twists,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
such a good story overall. It is by the same author that wrote See You in My 19th Life.
Oh, I liked that one. I did like that one.
They did I dropped the drama
I so
because I was so mad.
I heard like I didn't read what it was based on, but I heard that people who had read it, they were like, nope, nope, this adaptation is not well, not doesn't work at all. So,
And that's why, like, if you read the webtoon, it's so sometimes it's like great to read the webtoon beforehand because then you're like so excited for the K
mm,
drama, but it also is vice versa. You read the
yeah.
webtoon and then you're just so disappointed. And the fact of the matter is, with See You in My 19th Life, the second couple in the manhwa webtoon is like it's like business proposal. It's supposed to
Mm,
be like the second couple in business proposal. And they do such cute, amazing, adorable
yeah, yeah.
moments. And they like
They,
skipped all of it.
I
They
feel
robbed
cheated
us.
out of it. They definitely did.
They did. And then for some reason they even changed like parts of it where like I don't even know. They changed parts that were unnecessary, and
Mm,
that's why I'm a little
worried.
nervous.
Yeah.
It is a really good drama though. I really love the actors so far, and we're finally, since you know what, I'm not saying anything because you have
I know
not
I
watched
haven't I
the
haven't
newest
watched it. See,
episode, but it gets good.
I find it very interesting that this is one of the biggest differences between like Chinese dramas and Korean dramas is that yes, they're adapted like Korean dramas sometimes are adapted from webtoons and novels, but it's not like that frequent of a thing. Whereas in China, every single thing is adapted on a novel. Like there is
True.
no original like content at all. And I feel like that can work in their favor because the story is already there. Like there's not, you can take creative liberties with it, but for the most part the story is already there. So I don't know. They have but China has become pretty good at adapting things in general. Just because it's what they do every single time. So I suppose they have done. I think like one of the times that I don't know if you've watched it. Have you watched it's called One and Only and then Forever and Ever?
I don't think so. That doesn't sound familiar.
So basically, the author that wrote the books, so it's kind of like supposed to be like a reincarnation story, but
Mhm.
reincarnation isn't allowed in Chinese dramas because of censorship and whatnot. So what they did is they actually hired the author to be the screenwriter, and they literally split the drama in two segments. So they had One and Only, which is like the historical part, and then they have Forever and Ever, which is like the modern part. And it worked so well. And I think that's one of the times where it could only work so well because like the actual author did it, because otherwise I think it would have been a very messy thing. But
Agree.
people actually enjoyed that adaptation because, it was done pretty well.
I
But yeah.
def I definitely for like novels, it's crazy because I'll like watch a Chinese movie or Chinese drama and like you said, they're all adapted from
Mm.
novels.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I feel like I just need to start reading more. Have you seen it's a Chinese movie. It's called All These Years.
Why does that sound familiar? That
It's on
sounds
YouTube. It is on
that
YouTube.
sounds very familiar to me. Have I watched this?
It like it was recommended to me and I
Oh,
just and
I have watched it.
yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. With
And
Stephen
it's
Zhang and yes.
it was so good. It was so I was just like absolutely blown away by it. But of course, it's a novel, so I
Mm.
actually found the novel and I have it bookmarked. And one of these days, I'm just
You're gonna
gonna
read it.
read it.
I really enjoyed that one. It was really, really good as a movie. Really, really good. I
So
think
good.
the problem is sometimes finding like some of the Chinese like novels translated into English is like
Yes.
hard work sometimes, unless they get very, very big and some very nice like fan sub will translate it for you. It's like sometimes it's really hard to get those translated copies. So yeah, I think One and Only has the first part translated. I don't know if First Frost is, which is the second part. Not One and Only.
Yes.
Hidden Love, that one's been fan translated. The second one, Frozen Frost, which is like the brothers story, that one's not. I don't think that one's been translated. When I Fly Towards You, I follow this creator on TikTok, and she lives in China. She's studying in China, and one of the things is she went into a bookstore and literally just like recorded the books that, were based on. And I'm like, these books are stunning. Like Chinese know how to advertise like their books. They're so, so beautiful to look at. And she showed like the When I Fly Towards You like book and the novel, and it's so beautiful. It's
I
like
want to
this
see it.
green pasture, and like the two characters are in it's really nice, really nice. But again, like I have got, like, you can buy these copies, they're just in Chinese, I mean Mandarin, they're not, you know,
Mhm.
in English. I wish they could, like, we could just buy them in like English, because I would be adding to my collection if that were the case. But yeah, the only ones I have is book-wise is the ones that the Untamed are based off on, and that's
Mhm.
because those are really easy to get a hold of. Like, they will sell pretty much everywhere. But everything else is like fairly hard to get a hold of. Um, yeah. See what I mean when I was telling you earlier before we started recording that we divert? This is what happens. It's great.
Always. It's a
We've
good
like
time.
it's great. Like, we've literally gone through question one of the questions.
There's so many different things, but
It's
like
fine. We just have fun. It's great.
exactly,
It's great.
exactly. Oh, I wanted to say, so there, okay, so I'm not quite sure how many like webtoon adaptations are coming out, but I just like I think I just love webtoon adaptations,
Mm-hmm.
and there's also one coming out I think next month. And I don't have like super high hopes for it, but the premise, listen to the premise, because
Okay.
I swear I read this and I was like, this needs to be a K-drama, and they're making it into a K-drama. And it's like, I think it's like a web drama, but it's basically about this girl who's an anonymous YouTuber, and she makes songs, but like she covers her face, like no one
Yeah.
knows who she is.
Mm-hmm.
And she starts to get a lot of traction when a celebrity really likes her voice, reposts her video
Yeah.
on his page, and even messages her to collaborate. He's like, hey, can we collab? But here's the kicker: she's in university, and this celebrity is also going to university. So when she is in the room, like just waiting for a professor, he shows up. And so they're just like waiting together. And
Yeah.
that's when he messages the anonymous singer. And
Oh,
it's
so he
like,
finds out.
and he's like, hey, like, would you like to
Oh
collaborate?
my
And then
God.
her phone goes off, and he's like, it's weird, like
That's
messages her
bizarre.
again,
Yeah.
and her phone goes
Phone
off
goes off
again.
again.
And then like, so he
Yeah.
knows now,
No,
but
then
like
it's her.
she doesn't know he knows. And then they start like they have to work together on a project
Mhm.
for school, and then like eventually, they fall in love, and like they like it's so cute,
This sounds like a lot of fun.
and I'm
Actually, I'll
really
have to.
excited for it.
So you say it's going to be made into, is it into a K-drama? Comes out next month
It
at some
comes
point?
out, let me pull up the information, because I saw they just released like some pictures for it, because before they didn't even have a release date. I just was like, they were like, oh, hey, there's going to be a webtoon adaptation, which
Hmm.
I love webtoon adaptations.
But
So yeah,
this one sounds like a lot of fun, actually. Like
yeah,
that, I would
November
definitely.
18th.
November 18th.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's a Saturday release.
Yeah. I don't know where it's going to be released on though. It
What's
doesn't
it called?
my or secret playlist.
Secret playlist.
Secret
Secret
playlist.
playlist. That sounds familiar as well. Have I heard about this?
It only has 8 episodes though. It's a
Oh,
really short,
that's
like
good.
it's a
That's
short
good.
drama. So, but I have hope, some hope.
Oh, I know this actress. I've seen her in quite a few things before.
Yes.
Uh, yeah. Well, I will be adding that to plan to watch because that sounds like a lot of fun. And also, I love a good 8 episode. Now, if they're really, oh no, it's a Saturday. I was gonna say if it was a Friday, and if it was Netflix, they would probably just dump it all at
They
us. But
always do. They
yeah,
always do. Although, Exclusive Fairy Tale also dumped all the episodes. I was not expecting it when they did
that
that.
was wild. But the thing is, I don't think they released it for everybody. They released, like, when they did dump all the episodes, they dumped some of them for VIP, and then like you have VIP and then you have like premium above that, and the premium allows you the binge watch. So it means that anytime they have an express package or anything like that, or any special behind the scenes, like the premium gets all of that, whereas the VIP has to pay an extra amount to get access to the
I
episodes.
see.
So
I
what
see.
I think next year, what I'm going to do, well, they around about Thanksgiving, or Thanksgiving in America, and even like Christmas and whatnot, iQIYI does a really tends to be really good sales. So I tend to buy like a yearly subscription. Um, so I think I'm going to fork out a little bit more and get like the premium as opposed to the VIP, just so I can have access to, a lot of their things.
I'm gonna have to do that too, because yeah, I haven't been finding a lot of dramas on IG this year. I feel like I've been finding most of them on Viki,
Hmm.
but you know how they have, I will say, I think IG has the best like you know how you can see the upcoming releases and it
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
shows the
Yeah,
trailers and
yeah, yeah,
everything.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, it's so fun to go through.
I
I
cheat.
love it.
Like I was recording with Jess and Caitlin, which are, drama trio co-hosts, and basically I was saying to them the same thing. Like I will put my hands on fire. Like iQIYI has one of the best interfaces, like out of the platforms. I really
Agreed.
love their interface. They're like, and the fact that I can do pretty much everything that on my phone that I can like on the TV app and on the, web browser, it's like that doesn't happen because there's like features like on Netflix. Vicky is super behind the times when it comes to their interface. The fact that they do not allow me to choose the speed that I want to watch something at like drives me nuts because some stuff like I just need it at 1.5 or 1.25 even. It just takes out a little bit of those, dead air scenes, so to speak, that I don't necessarily need. Um Luckily, somebody got me onto if you use Viki on Google Chrome, there's an extension that you can add and it actually allows you to control the speed. So I was like, this is the best thing ever.
Oh,
Because
that's
now,
nice.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, but I feel like Viki is super behind on their interface, whereas iQIYI has like one of the best interfaces, I think. I really, really like their interface.
They do, and then they also have like a reserve section where you
Ah,
can
yeah, yeah.
reserve things. I
That's That's very much like a Chinese platform thing, though, because like Yoku will have the same. Although Yoku doesn't allow international fans to use that feature yet, it's only available in mainland China. But WeTV, which is like Tencent in America, WeTV in Europe, it's the same company, same thing.
Mhm.
They also have that feature, and basically they kind of use it to gauge whether a drama should come out or not a little bit because like the more people reserve it they can see the more excitement for that particular drama, so like they'll release posters saying, oh, drama has achieved 1 million reserves and stuff like that. So yeah, most
Okay.
Chinese are like masterminds of like getting people to engage with their content just in general. Like I was scrolling through TikTok. I'm like, TikTok is great, but have you dived into Douyin? Because I am like, it's a whole other world out there. Like they actually just these like regular people. They do like almost mini dramas on their Douyin, and they're really
Like
good
TikTok
quality.
premium. It's TikTok premium. It's
It's like it really
crazy.
is. It really is. It's
It's so
wild.
crazy. I just there is a drama though that I have just seen on like upcoming dramas reserved for like over a year. And I'm like, when
That's
is it
normal.
when is it gonna be? It's the comic Bang. Have you
Oh my
heard?
God, I have. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I want to watch it so
I am
bad.
I am actually quite excited about that one. And do you know what? Coming soon for Chinese dramas means anything between it's here right now to a year to 2 years to 3 years.
Exactly.
It means nothing. Like coming soon means absolutely nothing in Chinese books. Like I don't know what it is. I will never understand like their release schedule because they can
Same.
very easily give us, uh, I don't know, five dramas in a row to then nothing. Like I was saying, like October has been super, super quiet for Chinese dramas. There's not been a lot of big dramas. And now November, there's about eight dramas lined up, and they're all like, most of them are pretty anticipated dramas. So you've got the one Only for Love with Bai Lu and Wang Hedi. You've got another one which is
I'm writing all
uh
these down.
Oh God. So there's another one which I think is called Love Me, Love My Voice or Love You, Love Your Voice. It's one of the two. But that one is like stars Zoe Yi and Tan Jianqi. And I'm like, I love both of these, actor and actress. So I'm super excited. It's going to be like a modern rom-com for that one. So
Adding
very
it to the list.
very excited for that one. Very, very excited. But there's like quite a few ones that I'm like on my list, and I'm just like, come on, come on, just start giving me any of these at this point. Like, it's like, so basically, there's one that I am desperate to watch, and it's called The Story of Kuning Palace. Now, that one, I bet it's gonna be like a heart wrencher. It feels like it's gonna be one of those stories, but it stars Bai Lu and Zhang Linghe, and basically, like, the promo for this has been insanely good. And they gave us a date, and I was like, great, we finally get it. And then they're like, oh, it's postponed, and they haven't given us another date yet. And I'm like, ah,
No,
I'm
that's the
so mad.
worst.
I'm so mad. So yeah, that's one of those. Anything, if you haven't picked up yet, anything that's by Lou, I'm like right there. She's like one of my all-time
Sh-
favorite
She's so
actresses.
great.
She's really good. Like I think I've watched pretty much everything that she's in, and I don't think there's one that I can say I didn't enjoy that. So yeah, that's yeah. So, should we actually get to some of these questions?
Probably,
So
probably.
we can skip the first one because we have talked about that. So let's do, what are your favorite genres? Like what kind of genres do you really, really go for?
So I love romance.
Mm,
It's just a classic, and there's so many different tropes like of romance that you can do. Like I think enemies to lovers is
I love enemies
probably
to lovers.
it's just
I
a
love it.
classic. It's a classic. And then also like friends to lovers
I
is
also like
also
that.
so
My
good.
Mine, one of my like guilty, I say guilty pleasures, it isn't, because like I have gotten to the point that if you enjoy it, it is not guilty pleasure. Like it's just you do you. I absolutely love like fake marriage, fake relationships. I
Yes,
am like, sign
contract
me up.
marriages. Oh my
Sign me
gosh.
up. And the thing is, the story is pretty much the same all the time. They're not supposed to fall in love, they're going to fall in love. But I'm like, I could watch these like nobody's business. Like, I could just keep watching these over and over again, and I'd quite happily do it. So,
I had like, I don't even know what it was, but I was watching like so many contract marriage, like contract
back to
relationship
back.
dramas back to back
Yeah.
because I was like, this is what I need. Like, I
Yeah.
love this. And I think that's why I'm so excited for the upcoming K-drama My Demon because it's got contract marriage
Oh,
and
yeah. Sign me up.
cohabitation.
Oh,
Like, and
great.
like,
That's like
right?
peak combination of the
That's-
two. Yes,
Like,
I do love a good, like, I feel like, yes, I get it. Tropes can sometimes feel a little bit tiring.
and
They
cliche,
and
absolutely.
cliche. Yes, they can. They can. But also, do I absolutely love and enjoy just sitting down and binging one of these shows? Absolutely. Like I am all for it. And for some reason I find that some of the tropiest dramas are the ones that I just adore to binge in one go. Like Business Proposal, I loved Business Proposal
Oh my
so
gosh, it was so
much.
good.
It was so good. And it's like as tropey as you can get. Rich CEO, contract relationship. I mean, it's as tropey as you can get. And yeah, I was like eating every episode up like no, like I loved it. So yeah, I'm very much one for contract relationships, fake marriage, enemies to lovers. Like I love it. Love it. Like one of my favorite dramas this year is like that is a true enemies to lovers. Like these people hate each other with good reason. So it was the Till the End of the Moon.
Yes,
That is like a
I
true enemies to
I
lovers.
didn't watch it because I was nervous. But
Wow.
I need to because I love those actors so much. And
Oh
I
my
was
God.
just, when it was
They
airing, I was so
wild.
nervous. I was like, I
Wild.
can't, but I will.
So
It's on my list.
what I will say is the ending is what I expected and what fits in with the show. Like it works for the show that it is. I get it. It's not the ending that like everybody wanted, but for me it works. And like throughout the whole drama, there's so much nuance. Like Liu Yunqi is playing like five characters in this drama, and you know exactly which character he is constantly. The costumes in this is some of the like prettiest costumes that I've seen out of Chinese drama land in a really long time. So I loved all of it. I really did. I will say, second couple, not my jam.
Oh no.
So I will
That's
warn
the
you about
worst.
that. But that's because
Okay.
I don't necessarily like that actress.
Mm,
I have
okay.
beef with that actress. So, mainly because she is a little bit toxic, like the actress herself. Like, when this
Um,
was on air, there was a lot of stuff coming from her side that was like making things really complicated. And I'm like, this is insanity, like insanity. The problem is, she seems to be getting a lot of roles right now. And I'm like, I don't understand because not even a lot of people like you. Like, I don't understand,
oh
but
my gosh.
apparently so. So yeah, that's those are some of my that one is a really good one. It is.
See, we shall like I get a lot of drama spoiled for me because if you're
Mm.
on like your drama TikTok for you
Oh yeah,
page
yeah, yeah.
all the time, so like I know how it ends, but I still do want to check it out. We shall see. I'm not one for like, I need a happy ending normally, usually, but
Hmm.
sometimes,
Yeah, you aren't getting one.
that's what I'm
But
saying.
the thing is, it's not necessarily a sad ending. I wouldn't call it a sad ending. It's just a little
Hmm.
open, I would say. There's been like, for some reason, there's been this common thread in xianxia, like fantasy dramas lately, where they love open endings, and I'm like, I don't get you. Like
I hate open
like
endings.
the thing is, old xianxia dramas, like 2016, 2017 dramas, they are some of the most satisfying endings that I've ever watched. It's like fairly clean, like that it's done, like it's done. But lately it just seems like they love their open endings, and I'm like, I don't get it, guys. We don't need it, but like with Till the End of the Moon, I could understand it. Like it worked well enough for me that I wasn't so mad about it. So yeah.
Get that.
So let's do what are some of your favorite actors or actresses?
Oh gosh. Okay, wait. I actually wrote that out. So
No, go for
I
it.
I honestly love Park Hyung-sik.
Oh,
Like
yes.
obviously Strong Woman Do Bong Soon, but
Yeah.
Happiness,
Oh my God.
Happiness is so good.
Wild. I love that drama so much. I'm like, dude, that is exactly how you do a comeback from military because I was
Exactly.
like, I am seeing you in a whole different light right now, and I love it. Keep doing more of these. Yes, I
He's
do really,
just
really enjoy him.
such a fantastic actor, and like also just the chemistry between like those characters. Like also I loved the actress in Happiness as
Yeah, yeah,
well.
yeah.
But like yeah, so I he also is in soundtrack number one. Did you watch
Yes, I
soundtrack
did.
number one?
I did watch
I
it.
thought it was so cute. Some people, I know it was slower. I know it was
Yeah,
slower, but I after watching 2521, I needed it.
a little bit
I,
slower.
I
25, 21. I have some hot takes about that drama in general.
I don't know what it is. Like I actually don't know what it is about 2521, but somehow it emotionally like impacted me to the
Hmm.
point. It's like I love that drama, but also I don't it's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like my phone background is literally 2521.
Yeah. Oh, it is. See, I will explain. Like, I love the friendships in that drama. Nahido and
Mhm.
Koyerim, like I was
So
down
good.
their whole relationship. I was like, this is amazing. Like, loved
So
it.
good.
But the thing is, I wasn't a fan of the romance itself because I was like, I know a lot of people wanted them to end up together, but I'm like, that is not like they are very different stages of their lives. They're different people. Like, I get it why they went there. I do. So I wasn't mad at the ending like everybody else. I was like, I can see why they diverted in different paths. So yeah,
It was
yeah.
it was so hurtful. I've never in my life experienced like I don't even know what it was. When I finished that drama, I felt like I was broken up with. Like
Mm,
my heart hurt. And I was like, what is going on? I've never felt this way about a show before. And I think that's why
yeah.
it just impacted me so much. I never recommend it, but it is something that just like I have like I don't even know, like my phone background, I haven't changed it yet. And then I
Yeah.
have like two posters and I have like
Yeah.
stickers and things, but yeah, I just that impacted me. But like another 'cause I said an actor I like, an actress I like is Go Young Jung. And I just like her character in the second season of Alchemy of Souls and like her in Moving.
Is she the one that played the original Naxu?
No, she's the second one.
Well, yeah, yeah, yeah. But I mean, like in the first
Oh, yes,
episode,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
So
Booyang and all
hot,
that.
like hot take, right?
I'm ready.
That drama did her so dirty because the Naxu that I wanted back in season 2, like I just needed some of the fire and spunk that I saw like in the first episode because I actually when I first started watching, so there was a bunch of like hoo-ha about Alchemy of Souls. It was, it is what it is. There was a lot of opinions put out there. Now, I I will say I'm a huge fan of like xianxia dramas, which is Chinese fantasy, and they do it so freaking well. For some reason, K-drama fantasy doesn't land with me as well. Now, this one is 30 episodes. They had so much time, but it's the plot that doesn't work for me in this one. And basically, the Hong sisters just need a bloody wake up call in general. But when I first saw her in episode 1, I was captivated by her like straight away. I was like, oh my god, I want to know more about her. And then obviously we get, she's not Naxu. Naxu gets put into somebody else's body, which is fine. Like, fine, fine. And then like we get her back for season 2, and I'm like, this is gonna be great. And I'm like, it's not. It's
Well, they
not.
like erased her yeah, her whole personality kind of did a flip. But
180.
but I will say just like her performance in Moving, because you've watched Moving, right?
It's on my list. It's on my
Oh
list.
my
I
gosh.
know, I know. People keep saying you need to watch
You
Moving, and I was like, it's on my
don't.
list. Okay, I'll get to it.
She won an award for her acting in Moving as like best newcomer. And when I tell you, if you are going to start moving, start it on a day you have nothing to do because
Yeah, because it's shit.
that happened to me. I literally was like, everyone keeps telling me like watch Moving, watch Moving. I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
fine, fine, I'll watch it. I watched the first episode. It was like I was possessed. I could not hit stop. I could not
Yeah,
hit
yeah, yeah.
pause. I don't even know how many episodes in one night. I think 9. And then the next day I watched like 7 because it was still like ongoing.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
then I went over to a friend's and they were
Well,
like,
finished it
hey,
up. Should
they
we
were
watch
like,
it?
they were like, hey, we have this like thing. Like if you want, like you can come or you can just like stay here. And I'm like, I'm just gonna stay here, put it on. Like I could not stop watching this show. It has one of the best storylines, like cinematography, acting I have seen. It is the best K-drama
Mhm.
of 2023, hands down.
A lot of people have
100%.
said that, so I definitely need to go back
Can't
in
wait for you to start
and
watching
check it
it if you do
and
watch it,
check it.
but it is gory. I will tell you, it's
Oh, I don't
gory
mind. I
and
don't mind.
violent.
I've seen
Okay.
Kingdom. Like,
Okay.
I've seen Kingdom. I've seen what else gory wise have I
This
seen?
is a lot of gore.
I mean, I have seen actually even worse than Kingdom. I've seen the Thai drama Enigma from this year. That is
I was gonna
wild.
watch. Wait, is that violent? I was gonna watch it because I loved the actor, but
Well,
I didn't. I didn't watch
it
it.
is about demon possessions.
How fun.
Yeah,
How
yeah,
enjoyable.
yeah.
Wait,
Act
does it
to
have a
act.
happy end?
They've announced a season two, so like season one has wrapped up, and it's only four episodes, so it's really short, really,
Okay.
really short. Um,
Interesting.
but they wrapped up season one and opened up the door for season two, and they have confirmed a season two is on the way. Acting is brilliant in it. Like the quality of it is like I was surprised I was watching a Thai drama. It is really good, really good.
Okay.
I mean, if it is about like demon possessions and stuff like that. So yes, there is gonna be like gore and stuff. So yeah, I don't mind like a little, I don't mind that
Okay.
too
Well,
much.
if you once you start watching it, please let me know what you think
Yes, I'll
because
message you. I'll have to
it's
message
my
you.
I love it. It was so good to the point I'm just like anyone who hasn't watched it, I'm like, hey, what are you doing?
During try watch
Really
it.
quick, do your homework. Like go watch a
Well,
movie.
I definitely want to put it on the list and I want to do it before the end of the year because I want to do, I do
Yes.
like my best of the best Chinese wrap up, but then I'm doing one where it's like any other Asian drama. So I definitely want to check it out and see what it's about so that I can, if it is, if it does hit with me, then I
I
want to have
hope
the
you like
chance.
it. I hope you like it.
I think I will.
I was gonna say we were talking about this is a while back, but we
Mm,
mentioned business proposal, and I just want to say I think that is the best beginner K-drama
it
that
really is.
we have just in general because I showed so many people K-dramas through business proposal
Mm.
because I was like, hey, will you just watch? Like, I think I've seen business proposal 6 times now because I just would watch it with other people and then they'd be like, wow, this is great. Do you have more?
Yeah, yeah,
And I'm
yeah, yeah.
like, I'm glad you asked. Pull out my list.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But
That clip from Hometown Cha Cha Cha, where they made
yes,
the meme with all the cards.
I love that meme. It's literally like, you need Rex? Like,
Yeah,
here you go.
yeah, 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 yeah.
But like I even got my mom to start watching them with me. And I mean, obviously we're the same. So she consumes like, so I showed her business proposal. She's like, what else you got? I'm like, hometown cha-cha-cha.
Well,
She's like, what else
a
you got?
lot.
Our beloved summer, like every single
That is one of
um
my I loved Our Beloved Summer. It is
my
beautifully done. Beautifully
favorite.
done. And also, I am very biased because, well, Kim Tae Young, who does the OST, like the main OST, he is my ultimate like bias. So I'm like, yeah, I was gonna like. I mean, episode 11, that scene, that kiss in the rain with the OST, and
It was so good.
it's the fact that you till that point you have not seen these characters kiss in any flashback or anything, and then all of a sudden they give you all of their kiss scenes plus I'm like,
It
this is like
was so good.
that
It was so
scene,
good.
like it's a testament to how good it is that, I think is it like 2 years later, I still clearly remember that scene so well, down to the point that I know it's episode 11 and I'm like, this is how good it is because, I loved it. Absolutely loved that drama. So, see, but this is what I mean. Where have those K dramas gone? Like, where?
Exactly.
Where?
Exactly. Well, another reason why I think I loved it so much is like the characters. First of all, they have chemistry. They're
Mm,
friends in real life.
yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
have you seen the movie The
I
Witch
have.
Subversion Part
Yeah,
One?
yeah, 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 I
Oh
have.
my gosh.
Wild. Loved it.
I loved it because like in the movie they're enemies, but everyone's like, there's chemistry
Yeah,
there. Like, why?
there is.
There's
Right.
like a little bit of chemistry.
If
And
it proves a point, like it's always a testament that if you're playing like enemies, you still need to have that chemistry and like that on-screen heat in a sense because that makes the characters even better. So
it does.
not
Oh my
everybody, I
gosh.
don't think not everybody can do that because they take the characters down the line of, oh, we're playing enemies, like necessarily need to, seem like enemies, but I'm like, there's a fine line, and some actors and actresses can really toe that line ridiculously well and make it work, and some just can't. But yeah, they definitely did. I was like, I don't care that they're both red flags. I want them together at this point.
No,
Like,
same.
it's
I'm-
insane.
I was like, when I found out, I mean, like Our Beloved Summer, just the whole drama is like one of my favorites. Some people say it's a little too slow.
I loved it.
I loved it so much. It's one of my favorites.
Mm.
I just like when I think enemies to lovers, though, I don't know if you've seen this drama. It is the craziest like enemies to lovers I've ever. It's called Crazy Love.
Oh no, I know. I know what drama it is.
It's insane.
I have a problem. That male,
All I
ac-
want
that that male lead,
to.
he did Fated to Love You, the Korean drama, and he has the most awkward laugh in that drama. And I have not, like, to the point where they use it over and over and over and over again. And I know it's supposed to be like this character's gag and it's meant to be a way of him hide. I don't know. I don't know. But to the point where now I cannot see that actor and, like, I think about that damn laugh. So I've just not really watched him in anything
Oh
else
my
again.
gosh.
I know. It's crazy, but honestly, I have been scarred from it. It's just such a, like, honestly, if you haven't watched it, just Google it. Oh, actually, don't. You might not want to Google it because
Oh,
you might,
maybe
maybe
now I'm
not.
worried. Oh my gosh.
Um, but I think it was just that character. But like, I've just, I don't know. I have been put
Scarred.
off. Yeah,
You've been
scarred.
scarred.
So I didn't watch that one. No, I know about it, but I
It's a
haven't
good
watched it.
enemies to lovers if you ever wanna
Try and get over
get
my
get over your not fear, but your trauma.
aversion. Shall we put it that
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so they're just fun genres, honestly. It's just a good time.
Shall we say, what are like some of your favorite, let's say Chinese dramas? Obviously, I'm guessing you're going to say When I Fly Towards You.
Yes. I also will say though, I really liked Reset.
Reset is really good. Really, really good.
I'll never forget, and this was kind of like the craziest thing for me actually, because like I sometimes do watch parties, but they're
Hmm.
very random. I'll literally just post on my story or like
Yeah,
be
yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Hey guys, like come join this watch party,"
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
that's how that goes. And me and my friend, we were just like, what we like to do is we would just like start dramas. So they started a lot of dramas, but a lot of the times we don't finish them because we just are always like busy or doing things.
Hmm.
But I saw Reset was just like a new release, and I was like, oh, like what's this about? Curious about this. And I think there were about like 9 episodes out, maybe 11 episodes out at the time. So it wasn't like super brand new, but I just was like, okay, let's just watch it. We're gonna do a watch party. Did the watch party. It was crazy because at first, like Vicky, I think you can only have like 25 people in a watch party. Like
Mm.
that's the most you can have ever. They changed it. Now it's 40.
Oh,
But
luckily.
a while back though, when I watched it, I did the watch party and it was crazy because we were so invested. No one left. There were like
Mm.
everyone joined and it was the same number for 7 hours. We
It's
watched
so good.
7 episodes straight of it. And it was just so fun to come up with theories and like who's the person that
Yeah.
has the oh, it was such a good time. And I loved Reset. I really do. I want to rewatch it, but definitely When I Fly Towards You is like the coziest drama I've watched in my whole entire life. I think it's like my favorite
Have you
drama.
watched because I know you've watched Go Ahead, haven't you?
Yes. Yes, I have. And
Have
the
you
first
watched
episode was a lot.
the first episode is a lot
No
like
one tells you.
Go Ahead is like for me, I love Go Ahead. Like
It's good.
that dad, Noodle Dad, I dubbed him Noodle Dad. Like he is the best dad in ever that I've watched in any Asian drama. But the mothers are a lot in that drama. Like the mothers are the worst.
They want you to hate all of the moms.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it was so crazy. And I just remember so many people recommending it to me. And then I started watching it. But I was just like, what is the first episode? It's
It's
so
wild.
sad and
It's wild.
depressing.
Mm.
But then, like, once you get that backstory and you
Yeah, yeah,
see
yeah.
them grow together, it's such a beautiful
Mm.
story. Like, it's such a good one.
The reason I mentioned that is, have you watched Meet Yourself?
No, but that's on my list because
Do
someone
you know
said
why?
it's
It's the same writers and director as Go Ahead.
okay. I'm adding it right now.
Uh,
Hold on.
I will. Right, you're saying we never warn you. I'll warn you now. The first episode is a lot. It's a bit tragic, but it's it's about this woman who basically she is a city girl through and through in terms of she's a go-getter. She's always working 24/7 to get this house, to get this car, to get what she thinks is supposed to be, stability and all of that. Something tragic happens to her and she like reevaluates her life and she decides that she's going to step away from work for 3 months and go to like this homestay out in the countryside, and it is one of the greenest relationships I have ever seen. It is a
Aw.
slow build, but it is like they become friends and then they become lovers, and it is a beautiful story, but also like the found family that she builds with everyone in the sort of like little town is beautiful. There's a lot of good like generational conversations between like the older people and the younger people, so I highly, highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. If you like to go ahead, it's like same writers.
I'm
It's like
excited.
it's like a trio, two writers and the director, and they all work together on this as well. And you can tell because like the conversations had a really, really good dialogue. It's like some of the best dialogue I've seen. Um, in modern day drama. So, and there's a lot of conversations about like old skills like embroidery and stuff like that that aren't
Mhm.
being passed down to the newer generation, so they're kind of becoming a little bit extinct in a sense because people just aren't teaching it, or there's not enough people that want to learn it to like pass it on to the next generation. So there's a lot of like good conversations. I really, 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 really enjoyed it. I'm like debating because technically that is a 2022 drama, but it finished in 2023. So I'm like, I go by
Made
the
the
date.
list.
Yeah, I go by the date it's finished and not the date it started. So because I can't judge a drama unless I've like seen it all. So if I can't physically see it until 2023, then it's a 2023 drama. That's how I
That's
rate
true.
it.
Honestly, I like that. That's so true. Because there's so many dramas I finally like just watched this year because K-dramas have just been lacking
Mhm.
so
They
much.
have.
So I've just been kind of having a good time just watching all kinds of like I really enjoyed The Love You Give Me. Have you seen that one?
I'm pretty sure I have. It sounds familiar.
It was cute. It had the same actors
Uh,
from like the same male lead and female lead from let me see. What was it from?
uh,
S-
oh yes, I know what it is. Yeah, they also did another one together. This is their second work together. They've got like the little
Yeah.
kid and
It was
everything.
so
They
cute.
did, oh, what was the other drama they did? Marry Me or something?
I have to look it up.
Once we get married.
Yes, that's the one. And they
That's the
even
one.
show that in the drama and
That
the
was
kids
so funny.
it
Yeah, because
was
the kid's
so
watching
cute.
it. Yeah, yeah,
He's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
that looks like you. They're like, no,
No,
looks
no,
nothing
nothing.
like me.
Yeah, yeah. I love when dramas do that. Like they'll do like a little Easter egg of sorts for you to pick up on. So that was quite fun.
So
Um,
fun.
I did really enjoy that one as well. They've got really good chemistry together, those two.
They do. I just like I don't even know. I watched so many C dramas this year. I can't even like have all the names. I'd have to like go on my drama list and look and see.
So
But
many.
like I really enjoyed have you heard of or did you watch High Venus at
I
all?
have. Yeah, you'll find very quickly that there's, when it comes to Chinese dramas, there's not a lot that I haven't watched.
They're so fun. I love
Uh,
it with
High Venus, do you want to know fun fact?
I do.
It's the same people who did Go Ahead.
Of course it is. No, because you were talking about Meet
Yeah.
Yourself and like all this stuff. And like my brain was like, Hi Venus is kind of like that because
Mm.
she goes to the and meets the people in the village and then she goes, ah, it was so
Is
fun.
it? Wait, is it High Venus or is it something else? Wait, I might have
Let me
just
double
gotten that
check.
confused. I'm pretty
Is it
sure.
High Venus? Let me double check my
Yeah,
stuff
High Venus
too.
is the one she becomes a doctor and goes off to the
Yes. I just loved it though
uh,
because it is like an enemies to lovers too
Oh,
because it's
okay. I know what I got it. It's not the full people, it's one of the screenwriters that does Go
uh
Ahead and Meet Yourself. He wrote High Venus.
it
That's
was
what I
so
would.
cute. It
Um,
was enjoyable.
yeah, that screenwriter is really good. I really enjoy him. So he's done quite a few things. Like he's done Go Ahead, Meet Yourself. He's done High Venus as well. He's done The Day of Becoming You, which if you
I
haven't,
love that one
yeah, same
so
same
much.
screenwriter, same
No
screenwriter.
wonder.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that makes more sense.
He's and I find it even like more mind-boggling that it's a man writing, and I'm like, he's such a good writer because even the female characters in these dramas are ridiculously good, and that's rare for I know this is going to sound like, bad in a way, but like for men to write good women characters is not something very common. So yeah, I always keep an eye out on anything that he's writing or that he's the screenwriter because he's the type of screenwriter that I will definitely check out his dramas because I have tended to really enjoy his stuff. So, and that is his name is
I'm gonna write this
Wang,
down.
yeah, Wang Xiong Cheng. So he's done a bunch of, like I said, he's done Meet Yourself, High Venus, The Day of Becoming You, Go Ahead, Find Yourself. So yeah, he's really good screenwriter.
Gonna have to. I feel like I've watched all of his stuff already besides Meet Yourself, so I'm gonna have to watch Meet Yourself.
Yeah,
But
I think you'll really enjoy Meet Yourself. Do you know how I described Beat Yourself? I was watching it while on air, and it felt like I was coming home after a long day of work, and that show was giving me a warm hug. That's what
ah,
it
those are the
feels like.
best.
It felt
Yes,
like that show was like giving me a hug and putting me at ease for like the rest of the evening. Like, that's how good. And it's pretty low angst throughout it. It's just like people living
amazing.
their lives. So yeah, there's really good communication between the male lead and the female lead, which is rare. Normally that's where people go for, your drama factor, but that's not the case here. So yeah, I I think you'll really enjoy it.
I'm excited because yeah, the warm hug dramas, those ones, they're just the best.
It's
Like
so good.
that's what I
It's
felt
so
with When I
good.
Fly Towards
Mm.
You. It just was like I can't get over it. It was my favorite. It was so good.
Yeah. And there's not anything like there's quite a few that are similar, but nothing quite the same as like When I Fly Towards You. It's like it's this is actually like Hidden Love absolutely blew up over the
It
summer. And
did. Yes.
and I really dislike when people sort of say, and I get it, it's kind of like just normal for them, but it's they always say, is there anything as good out there, or is there anything like can you recommend me something the same as? I'm like, no, I can't, because first of all, it's all on the eye of the watcher, because if I might recommend you something that I absolutely loved and you might not like it, but also it might be the case that, for me it's really good, for you it isn't. And I think certain dramas are very special and come
Mhm.
about. And, for example, Hidden Love, a lot of people watching it while it was airing, and there's like all that that frenzy of everybody watching it, and that skews your views on a drama, I
It
think.
does. Yeah.
Um, so yeah, it's quite hard. But yeah, there was the whole battle of Hidden Love versus, When I Fly Towards You. And I'm like, I'm not battling it out. I love both of them. I'm keeping both of them. Like, there's no way.
I actually missed out on when it was airing. So I watched it after it aired for both of them because
Mm.
I was traveling for a friend's wedding and
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
remember I watched like the first two episodes of When I Fly Towards You on the plane and then I was actually kind of nervous to watch Hidden Love because I read the novel.
Oh, okay.
And I remember skipping quite a few chapters because I just
Mm,
was a little uncomfortable. Like the novel itself is good, but the first part is like they describe her very childish, and I just was like,
mm.
ooh, don't know if that's going to be my jam. But then I ended up really loving it. And, obviously it became everyone was obsessed with Hidden Love. I love When I Fly Towards You more, but that's personally my
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah, yeah.
But I did want to ask because we were talking about like good communication in dramas. Have you seen Fake It Till You Make It?
I have.
I loved that.
It's really good. It's really good. And it's a really good, like, mature drama, if that
Yeah,
makes sense. We don't get a lot of those very
we
often.
don't know.
But they tend to be really, really good when they come around. Actually, it was the first time that I watched a male lead, Elvis Han. I hadn't watched him in anything else. And I was very excited because there was a drama of his that I'm now currently watching, which is called Mr. and Mrs. Chen. Now, that is a Republican era drama, so it's heavy on that.
Okay.
But
Okay.
it's supposed to be a remake of like Mr. and Mrs. Smith, but Republican era based. And I'm
Interesting.
I'm still enjoying it, but I'm only at episode 20, and I've been reading some comments of people that are like at episode 30 where they're thinking it's not. I think a lot of people wanted like the steaminess that comes from Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and I'm like,
You're not
wrong
gonna get
country,
that.
wrong
You're
country.
not gonna
Like,
get that.
it's a Republican era drama, first of all. It's a Chinese drama, second of all. Like, no, it's not gonna happen. Like, it's not gonna happen. So, but I'm still enjoying it. I mean, Elvis Han is a really good actor.
Yes, I want to watch more of his
Yeah.
stuff because I really loved Fake It Till You Make It. It surprised me so much because like
Mm.
people were t recommending it, but I was like, oh, let me watch. And I was just like giggling at like
Yeah,
2
yeah,
a.m., like
yeah.
watching their
Yeah.
interactions. They were fun. But like we were talking about like angst dramas. I can do a moderate amount of angst in a show, but if it becomes so painful where I'm just like crying in every episode or I'm so sad for the
Yeah.
characters in every episode, it is so hard.
I
It's
get
so
it.
hard. Like I love Lighter and Princess, but the
Love
angst
Lighter
in that
Princess.
was
Oh,
so much.
Lighter and Princess was one of my top dramas from last year, and
So good.
it is because of that angst and all of that. It's because it's like, yes, it's a youth drama, but it's so different to any youth dramas out there. It is angsty and it is like dark in a sense. It's like gray characters. These are very human people in a sense.
Mhm.
They are flawed and they are selfish. And, I love how real that was in that aspect. And there was no really sunny personality versus, you know, typical Cassandra character in a sense, male lead. So it was very different. I really, really liked it. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea. It's not a drama that I tend to recommend to everybody just
Same.
because, it takes a certain type of person to kind of watch it. And but yeah, I really, really loved it. That was one from last year that I really, really loved. Um, but yeah, there's just so many. There's just so many.
We could
Chinese
talk about them for hours.
we could. I think like Chinese dramas in general have just been hitting it out of the park. Now, we do have more questions, but I think we've been here about almost an hour and a half. See, I did tell you, flies by. So you'll just have to come back and do the rest of the question. We'll do like a drama review next time or something.
I would love to do that. That would
You
be
are
so
more than
fun.
welcome. And now, like you've had your first experience. See, it's fine. It's just like chatting.
It is.
See, there you go. So we'll wrap it up. Please just tell people where they can find you on
Oh,
TikTok.
yeah.
I will link everything in the description notes, but
Yeah, so my TikTok is Don't Sue Rebecca, but I've also been using my other account, which is Rebecca Mrs. Sue. And I talk about all kinds of different things. Sometimes I even talk about like animes and webtoons, but K-dramas and C-dramas have
yeah.
been like my main thing. I am currently watching what's the anime called? I can't think of it. It's on Netflix. It's
Happy
the
marriage? Could that be it? Yeah,
Yes,
I
that's
know.
the
I
one.
know. I know, because I binged through all of it. Like, I love. So, fun fact, that's how, like, my first thing into Asian anything was anime. That's how I started.
Same.
Yeah, my boyfriend introduced me into anime, and and then I got into Asian dramas, and I haven't really watched it, but I am now slowly getting back into anime, and so I've gone back to watching One Piece because of the live action. And I was like, I had already started it, but I'd like paused it. So now I'm like going back and watching the anime. But also, I am watching this anime called, have you heard about the Apothecary Diaries?
Yes,
Oh
no,
my
I
God.
have. That's on my list
I
because everyone was talking about it.
I sat down and I randomly, this came up randomly on TikTok for me, like a video, and I was like, this sounds really good. And it's on Crunchyroll. So I sat down and I was like, there was 3 episodes. I literally just binged the 3 episodes that were available. And I'm like, begging for the next episode. It's so much fun. It's so much fun. I'm
I'm
really,
gonna
really
watch
enjoying it.
it. I'm gonna have
Please
to
do.
watch it.
Please do, and then come and chat to me about it because I don't know anybody that's watching it, so I'm like dying for somebody to try it out so I could talk about it.
No,
But
I definitely will because like I've been trying to get back into
yeah,
animes too, which I have to ask you this question. I know we've been chatting.
go
Have you
for it.
seen Blue Spring Ride?
I don't think I have.
Oh my God. Okay, so basically, it's one of my favorite animes in the whole entire world.
Mm,
There is a movie, like a movie adaptation they did,
yeah.
and then they also did I think it was just no, they did a show adaptation, but it's also a manga, so it's based off of the manga. Now this year in 2023, they made another live action, but it's 2 seasons and it's gonna
Okay.
have the manga
Wait,
stuff
wait, wait,
in
wait,
it.
wait, wait, wait. Is this like, is it called Ao Haru
Uh,
Ride? I'm
Haru Ride.
watching the live
Are
action.
you really? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so it's based off of like the manga and the anime.
Oh,
It's one of my
I'm
favorites
gonna
and
have to
I'm
go watch the anime as well.
so excited.
I'm really enjoying the live action.
I'm
I
so
was
glad.
quite lucky. I will not mention to people where I'm watching it because the person has asked not to, so I won't.
Exactly. Same.
But I know it's like people will say, "Oh, why can't you just tell us?" Oh, because you got to respect people's wishes. If they ask you not to share, then you don't share.
Exactly.
So I haven't shared where I'm watching it, but I am like really, really. I think I'm like episode 3 or 4. I sat down yesterday and well, I got distracted because I started watching The Furthest Distance and binged all of that. But I do want to go back and watch more a bit of Aoharu Ride. I'm really enjoying it. It's like it's working for me right now. So,
It's the like I don't know what it is. It's the little things like Cal
mm,
does, like with the shoulder, like and I
yeah,
just like I can't explain it. The
so
chemistry
it's
is
working for
it's
me.
working so good. And yeah, so if you like that you should watch the anime, but
I'll have to go watch the
also
anime. Yeah.
the movie is pretty good too. But like
Mm,
there's so many. I'm trying to think. Yeah, 'cause it's the anime, the movie, and then there's a the actually no, that's just the movie. People always say it's the live action because they get it confused.
yeah.
But with the live action in 2023, which is crazy because it's 8 years like after all of that happened. So like
Really?
the fact that we even got another live
Yeah,
action
yeah, yeah,
is
yeah. Crazy.
boggling
Yeah.
my mind, but it's so good. And there's going to be a second season. So
Yeah, I've heard that. I have heard that. And it's short. I think
so
it's only like
excited.
the first season is only 8 episodes, I believe.
Yes, yeah, it's really short, but it's just I don't know what it is. It's one of
I'm
my
loving it.
comfort
Yeah, yeah,
animes
yeah. I'm really,
and
really watching it.
so good.
So
But
yeah,
okay.
that's I've also been watching that one and really enjoying it. So
I'm so glad.
I'll have to check out the anime as well for it.
Wait, I know we have to wrap it up, but I just need to know, are you also watching Twinkling Watermelon?
I am not, right? I am not. I have heard a lot of people like saying I watched I think episode 1 and then
Mhm.
I don't know why. I just didn't go back to it. And like I've heard so many mixed reviews. Like some people say they're really loving it and some people are saying that, it's not working for them. And I'm like, do I go back? Don't I go back? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I haven't made my mind up yet.
Here's the thing. It's one of those dramas where the first episode is not what the show's about. So you have to watch the second episode
Yeah,
to
yeah,
see
yeah.
what happens. But like it stresses me out every week,
Exactly.
but I love it so much because you literally get to see him as a younger, like, well, him see his father when he was
Yeah,
younger,
yeah.
and they become friends and they
Yeah,
like
yeah.
are in a band, and it's just the cutest. It's so fun. It's so silly, but definitely a little stressful. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie, but it makes my Mondays and Tuesdays, every Monday and Tuesday on my lunch break, I'm like, I'm watching this right now, and it's either gonna stress me out or put me in a great mood.
Yeah, it is. I might have to go back and check it out because I have heard a lot of people say like many good things about it. Um, so yeah, that is the other one that is like on my list.
You do,
Of
let me know. Let
oh
me
well,
know,
I
because
will.
I'm excited. I'm gonna probably start. I don't wait, I must ask you, should I start the furthest distance or meet yourself?
Meet yourself. Go with meet yourself.
Go
Because
with
I
meet
know
yourself.
because I know for sure, I'm 95% sure that you'll enjoy that one. And
Okay.
like I feel confident recommending that one to you because it's finished, like I completed it, like I feel fairly comfortable. Like with the furthest distance, I mean, I'm enjoying it right now, but I can see the potential for it to go awry, you know, fairly quick. So
Okay.
so
Okay. All
I
right.
like wait a little bit more. Like I've now finished episode 10 Edge today. And like I said, it's 30 episodes. And like with Meet Yourself is longer. But it's like it is meant to be like that quiet drama and there's not like a lot of background noise, so to speak. There's no X's or anything like that. It's just like a very comforting kind of drama. Whereas with The Furthest Distance, they are gonna go. Like they got together very quickly, and like episode 10, they're together. So out of a 30 episode drama, that's worrying because that's
Absolutely.
20 episodes of a lot of drama. And basically, what I've seen from clips is that this might be a spoiler, but you know, they the so basically the ex, it's been all over the posters and stuff, so you know it's gonna happen. But basically the ex that he had did pass away, like that happens like in the first episode or whatnot. But she had a twin sister, and apparently she's gonna come
No.
back.
No.
So yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna wait
Yeah.
on that one,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah, yeah. So
Maybe just a
that's
bit.
that's like that's why I'm worried about it. Like I really enjoyed the first 10 episodes because it's all about like the main couple and it's cute and it but I'm like I don't think this cute
A
vibe is gonna stay for very
twin
long.
sister? Oh, that's gonna mess everything up.
Yeah.
That's okay though. That's okay.
So that's why I'm like not running to recommend it to anybody. Yeah. I'm just like just hold up.
Smart.
Just hold up.
That's very smart.
So I would definitely say go with Meet Yourself because I'm pretty sure you'll enjoy that one.
Okay. All
So
right.
yeah.
I will. I'll have to do that. I'm watching, I don't even know how many shows right now.
It's wild. They just get
It's
out of
so bad.
control. Yeah, it just
It's,
gets out of control.
especially because like a new one just aired. What is it? Perfect Castaway just aired.
Oh yeah, Diva. Is it Diva Castaway or something?
Diva, why do I keep calling it Perfect? Okay,
I don't
Diva
know.
Castaway. I haven't watched it yet though. I was
I
actually gonna watch
haven't.
that when I had time soon because it aired like literally yesterday.
This
So
weekend, yeah. The only reason I'm interested in that drama is because of the female lead is Parking Bin, because I'm like, she is ridiculously good. So if I go into that one, it's because of her. Like she's what's calling me to that drama right now.
same. It's the cast, honestly. It's
Mm.
definitely the cast for me because I was like, okay, we're gonna have to at least check it out, at least
Yeah,
watch
yeah,
the
yeah.
first
Yeah,
episode to
yeah, yeah.
know what it's about.
So yeah, that is it. Shall we wrap it up?
Yeah, we got a little sidetracked a lot of the
I
time.
always do. Listeners are used to
Love
it
it.
by this point.
We love
So
it.
that is everything. I hope you guys have enjoyed listening to this episode, and all of the links are in the description box. So check those out. Go and check Becky's page out. She has a lot of fun over there. I really enjoy her reviews and things. So go and check that out. And that is it. I shall see you next week. Bye. Want to find an Asian drama community? Then join the Tea and Soju Discord server, where we chat everything from C-dramas to K-dramas to J-dramas. To chat with me, check out any of the socials. Please help the podcast by rating, viewing, and subscribing wherever you listen to help others find this little corner. Lastly, consider joining Patreon to further support the podcast and receive extra content. All of the links are in the episode description. That's it. This has been another episode of the Tea and Soju C-Drama podcast. I'm your host, Liliana, and I'll see you next week for more C-Drama chatter.